Leah Daniels with R.A.W.Vlogcast, and we are at the Railroad Square Music Festival 2023. I ran into Lenkadu. So I've seen her at Bottle Rock last year and a few other things. She does sound. Well, she's up on stage this year. You sing. She's awesome. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, I am an audiovisual artist, and I learned all of my sound engineering just so that I can make my own music and sing. And then I figured, hey, I gotta make a living somehow, because being an artist doesn't exactly make a living very easy. So I work as a event production. I guess event production is what you would call it in general, mainly sound. But yeah, here I'm playing as Lenkadu. I had a great set. I loved the vibe. People were awesome. Just so many open hearts. It's on big time.
How did you come with the name Lenkadu? It sounds so fun to say.
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, so I've always been a doer. You know, the person who's just like I've always felt I have to make it happen for myself, because why expecting that somebody else is gonna do it for me? So I've always been a doer, but I've always been writing it kind of DU instead of do, like this is what I do. So actually when I make my to-do list, I always write to do with a U. And years back, I think it's maybe almost 14, 15 years, I started to go under the artist name Lenkadu, and it just stuck, and it works well.
And it's easy to remember the way it rolls off your tongue.
Yeah, and I think, you know, since I'm a solo artist too, it's my name in it. My birth name is Lenka, but the artist name is kind of derivative thereof. This is how I write it.
That's beautiful. Tell us a story that helped inspire, like the way that you wrote Do. But what is it that gave you the courage to step into this and be an all-around amazing artist?
I think for me, there is no way about not creating. I just have to create. I always have the itch going on, even if everything else is going great in my life. I just always have a need to create works of art, be it a song or be it a video. And to me, each of my songs are kind of a way to save myself, rescue myself, help myself through whatever I'm working through. And a lot of times I feel I start writing something, and maybe that's something I'm expressing, but then when the song becomes on her own more, and she starts to exist as a being of her own, I get to learn from her, and she holds me at times when maybe I'm not able to embody the energy that I have when I'm writing the song. So without making concrete examples, but a lot of my songs are about the ability to heal ourselves, or to hold ourselves strong, to be resilient. And obviously I don't always feel resilient. In fact, most of the time I don't. The world is a very intimidating place, and I think it's really, really tough to be a whole person and a free person in our world. And to me, creating works of art and existing in that space is the best way of being. I mean, really, when I'm on stage, that is the best moment in my life. I get to be present, and I get to be bigger than I am, and I get to be the songs that are bigger than I am.
Wow, that was beautiful. Oh, I'm kind of speechless after that. That was really beautiful. That's like, wow, passion just speaking, oozing through you. Thank you.
I wish that there were many other ways to create that sense of presence. You know, I really love being in the zone of performing, and it's just the best way of being. It's a very mindful state.
Yes, it is. How can these people here watching you get a taste of that?
Yeah, so I have a pretty strong presence on YouTube. That's probably the one social media I would love if you could follow me on YouTube. I go under Lenkadu, my artist name. Obviously, I'm on all the other social networks. I won't say all, but on a limited amount. I still always have this negotiation. Well, am I going to post about my work, or am I going to make more work? And I usually choose for more work. So I'm not always the best with social media, but YouTube I love. I love that I can create kind of a trajectory. I put a lot of stuff out there. I have a new music video coming out from my recent release, Courage, which is a bilingual song. and it's one of my experiments where I play a lot with language. I use the text as a way to add sort of emphasis to my song. So hopefully you like it. It should be out during this month or beginning of July.
Terrific. Okay, spell Lenkadu so we've got it on here.
So it's Lenkadu. So I'm gonna try to show it. You'll probably see it reversed. But
Now I can go. I'll turn it up.
Yeah.
I can see now. Okay.
And my website is under the same name, lenkadu.com.
Okay, terrific. So lastly, what would you like to share about actually doing your passion? You know, sharing with somebody else going, these are my words.
Yeah, it was interesting when Thea was introducing this video, you used the words courage. Where do you get courage? And you know, I really think it's cool to try to keep it together, you know, make enough living to get by and keep the kind of practical life together. But when it's all said and done, just get out there and create. Nobody really has to like it or appreciate it or, you know, do it because you have to, because it feels good. And sometimes it means not going out with friends or doing the things that, you know, people who don't create don't really have to negotiate that time. So there's a certain sense of solitude, but the artwork is such a beautiful friend. And in fact, during the pandemic, when COVID hit, I really felt that as artists we're in fact really blessed because we have passion that's with us, that we could fall back to when everything shut down, that we just kept creating for the sake of creating, for the work to exist.
I picked up the ukulele. I can't do music at all. I can pluck the happy birthday song and that's it. And it was just for me, so I totally understand what you're saying with that.
It's a very applicable song, so it's perfect.
Thank you so much. Do I get to share you with everybody?
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Oh, you bet. Cheers, everyone.
Keep up.